Judges ready? Our audience is ready? Back in 1952, a guy named Milo Sinke hooked up a trailer to his car and all his lights worked. Milo was briefly considered for sainthood, but alas, sainthood requires 2 miracles instead of just 1. This is The Art of Trailering, How Getting Hitched Can Lead to Divorce and Other Hazards, by Patrick McManus. Outdoorsmen are about the only people nowadays who still use trailers. Utility, mountain bike, snowmobile, boat, and camping. At the moment, I'm down to only 3 trailers, 2 boat and 1 camping. The lights don't work properly on any of the 3. That doesn't bother me too much because I know that is the true nature of the lights. A highway patrolman stopped me recently, told me that my boat trailer signal had indicated a left turn, and I had made a right turn. "What's your point?" I said. "I just thought you might be interested. I have a boat trailer that does the same thing. The turn signals on all boat trailers work that way. If you see a trailer signaling left, you know that the driver is going to make a right turn. It's practically a law of physics." "Really? I didn't know that. Here's a ticket. Have a good day." I'm not sure if trailer lights are still a major cause of divorce in this country. I believe that was the case at one time, when trailers were in common use. The grounds of divorce developed something like this. The husband hooks up a trailer, and of course, the lights don't work. Typically, there are 4 wires: yellow, green, brown, and white. If there are more than 4 wires involved, you should immediately walk away from the trailer and either call a mechanic or a bomb disposal unit. People have been institutionalized after attempting to hook up trailer lights with more than 4 wires. Now, even though there are only 4 wires involved, the number of combinations in which the wires from the car can be connected to the wires from the trailer is somewhere in the neighborhood of 4,500 different combinations. To find the right combination, one simply implies the process of elimination. Like most things, the right combination turns out to be the number 4,499. The process of elimination requires 2 people, usually a husband and a wife. The wife is usually located behind the trailer in the position of observer. The husband either crouches or lies on his back near the respective light plugs of the vehicle and trailer. He begins working his way through the various combinations of wire connections. "Okay, did you get the left rear signal light go on?" "No, but the right rear signal light went on." The man mutters something under his breath. "Is the left light blinking now?" "No, but the rear right brake light went on." They continue in this manner for a couple of hours, by which time the husband usually begins to suspect that his wife is lying to him out of sheer malice. About which lights turned on, of course. Soon they degenerate into name-calling and eventually end up in divorce courts. Trailer lights are not to be taken lightly. The first trailer I ever bought had been fashioned by a madman out of a rusty rear half of a pickup truck. It was not attractive. Still, I figured it might work for a camping trailer at least. The madman I bought the trailer from wasn't the madman who built it. That was a different madman. I am the madman who tried to find a license for it. "What's the ID number of the trailer?" the licensing lady asked me. "It doesn't have one." "And who was the manufacturer?" "Milo Sinke." The lady said that she couldn't give me a license for a trailer built by Milo. Every time I went into the courthouse, she seemed to enjoy my torment and perhaps thought she could keep her ruse going for a few years. Then one day I got another lady. She had me sign a couple forms and gave me a trailer's license, just like that. "Do you know how to fix trailer lights too, ma'am?" "No, and neither did my ex-husband." Many people have trouble backing up trailers. The procedure is actually quite easy. Simply remember this bit of advice. You put your hand on the bottom of the steering wheel, and then you turn the wheel in the direction you want your trailer to back up to. Or maybe you put your hand on the top of the steering wheel and then turn. No, wait, it's the bottom. I'm sure it's the bottom. The main thing is to pay attention to what you are doing while backing up. Ignore all crunching sounds and people who might be screaming at you. Remember, remain calm. There are, however, a few show-offs who like to back up their trailers with a bit of flair. One day, this particular show-off whipped his pickup truck around and backed his boat trailer down the ramp. The maneuver was so quickly and expertly done, I developed an instant hatred for the guy. His boat slid effortlessly off the trailer, into the water and against the dock. And of course he had two beautiful babes there to hold the boat against the dock while he backed his pickup back up the ramp. The thing was, as the pickup started going up the ramp, so did the boat, and he did not stop. He'd forgotten to untie his boat's bowline from the trailer. His mishap produced smiles all down the line of us boaters waiting to launch. That was before we realized how long it takes to remove a large boat that's been dragged halfway up a dry launch ramp, and it's the only ramp at the lake. However, trailer hitches, they're a different story. They're basically pretty simple affairs, at least if you have a modicum of mechanical skills and knowledge. My hitch, for example, has a ball-like doohickey bolted onto a steel whatsits about a foot long. You slide the whatsits into the whatchamacallit under the middle of your rear bumper. Then you line up the holes in the whatsits and the whatchamacallit, respectively, like that. This scarcely takes more than an hour or two, and then you shove a thingamajig through the aligned holes and fasten it with a zimp. Simple as that. But, one word of caution. The clamp-like thing that's supposed to go over the doohickey and connect the trailer to the towing vehicle, well, sometimes this won't go over the doohickey. That's because the doohickey is too big for the trailer hitch. That means you have the wrong size doohickey bolted to the whatsits that goes into the whatchamacallit. This is not a rare occurrence. In fact, if you have several trailers with different size balls, like mine, it happens 98% of the time. What you should do is change the doohickey to the proper size. Here is my last word of warning. Inside the long doodle, on the trailer tongue, is a pair of glimps that are supposed to clutch on the doohickey. The glimps resemble little steel jaws, as I like to think of them. Sometimes the jaws, they jam up when they come into contact with the doohickey. Here's the warning. Do not stick your fingers up in between the long doodle and the doohickey in an effort to unjam the jaws. Otherwise, you can forget about any future as a brain surgeon. And don't get the idea that I'm a brain surgeon. If I were a brain surgeon, I could hire someone else to hook up my trailer lights. Thank you.